Here's the start of my water project. I've got to take the skirting off. They'll be here tomorrow to dig the ditch. Then I need to get underneath with a jackhammer and jackhammer it out all the way to that square right there. That's where I can put the frost-free hydrant in, and I'll be able to turn my water on and off and stack it with insulation. Well, the hole is cut out. I need to clean it up, but it is about to the center of that hole is 4 feet, and the frost line here is 5 feet. So they're going to dig as close to the house as they can, and I'm going to get inside the ditch and try and get a small miniature jackhammer and get all that dirt out of there, so we can lay the pipe and put the frost-free hose bib in there. So tomorrow's going to be the fun stuff. Morning. Supposedly the installers are going to be here today. I think they're just going to drop equipment off today after work and probably install tomorrow. But there is my well pump. It is 25 inches long, and that means it's going to be sticking up above the bottom of the tank about 32 inches, something like that, with the extension. I don't know if you can see that extension. That, and then the piping coming out the end. And that gets me into the frost line. We have 60-inch frost line here. The tank is going to be buried 65 inches deep. So I called the manufacturer this morning and asked them if there would be a problem of me running that well pump laying down on its side, kind of like it is. So what I'm going to do is cut some stands. They said that there should be no problem with that, but what I'm going to do is, this is a 12 by 12 piece of plywood right here, marine grade. I'm going to cut out 2 areas. I found the center, easy peasy. I'm going to cut out 4-inch radius holes in there, cut this 12-inch, slide it over the pump, and that way it'll be laying off the bottom about 4 inches, and I won't have any problems with it being up into the frost area. The top of the tank may freeze under the dirt, but this is going to help it out. I also asked them if it would help if I laid insulation, bats of insulation, over the top of the tank before I buried it, and they said that would not hurt. It may help and it may not, but I've got the extra insulation, so I'm going to do that just to help it from freezing. Most of my pipes, or both of my pipes, are going to come up underneath the tiny house over there and underneath the ground here under the bunkhouse where the bathroom's going to be. So we'll see if that works. Got the holes drilled, just need to cut it and see if I can slide it on the pump with no problem. Alright, there's my pump stand. Should be no problem. Hopefully it doesn't vibrate a ton, but once the pipes are all hooked up, that should hold it from moving. And the guys showed up early and already started digging. I can't believe it. They said they were going to drop it off tonight, but now it's time for me to get my jackhammer on. Okay, jackhammering. So they got 5 inches of rain a couple weeks ago and it soaked in, and this is mostly clay. And man, the spade on the jackhammer, it's harder to take it out than it is to jackhammer it in. But I'm about maybe a third of the way. I was playing around with the jackhammer under the house. This is what the guys dug. The trench all the way there, and right here is where the tank is going to go, and it's going to come out here in T. One way will go to the tiny house, and this poly pipe will bend, so you don't need 90s. They are going to run this around this corner over here to that very far edge, and that's where my water is going to come up for the bunkhouse. And they dug down around my sewage line so I can put my fittings on there and get that going. So it's moving right along. I wish I could jackhammer as fast as that excavator goes. That thing is kicking butt. So they're backfilling the trench that's next to the bunkhouse with the hydrant in there. They're going to get the dirt in there and then get it all plumb. But that's what they're going through, getting this done so it'll stabilize the pipe and get rid of some of this dirt. The sand pile right there is going to go under the tank and around the sides. And that's giving me a break from the jackhammer, which is very cool. Okay, I went to town to get some parts and pieces, and by the time I got back, they already got the tank in. These guys are hauling butt. They put 6 inches of sand out at the bottom, got it leveled out, got the tank in, and now he's back filling the sides with sand. I will drill the hole from the inside out and get the pipe protruding out after they're done with this. So possibly hooking all that up, the pump and everything tomorrow. And packing the sides. Tomorrow they said they'll bring a whacker and compact it. Gonna run the gravel and the sand up to the top on the sides, and then the rest is gonna be dirt. So getting that much closer. So the sand's in on the sides as far as they can go, and we're putting insulation on the top to protect it a little bit. And he's going to backfill it with dirt, so I have a ramp to get in and out because I have to clean out the manhole cover and crawl inside, drill a hole, and hook up the plumbing, the pump, and some wiring. Day 2 of the water tank install. They had a possibility of rain, and it's definitely raining. It's supposed to rain until about 11 a.m. and then hopefully we can get back after it, but it's going to be a muddy mess. And I need to crawl inside that tank, and I don't want any mud or anything in the tank. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm standing in the tank. I probably should have videotaped before, but I did not. But I got my hole drilled. Now I'm going to put the rubber grommet through and the pipe through, and then my pump and everything will be okay. Once I'm done, I'll vacuum it out, make sure it's clean, and we're that much closer. All right, I got out of the tank, went up to the outside, and let's see if you can see. There's the hole. I got to clean out around that and put the rubber grommet in and put the pipe. So I'll do that now. All right, we've got the pipe through. That was really simple. I was a little intimidated, but I watched so many videos on it with the company that I bought the pump from. It's as easy as they say. Alrighty, it's all connected. Sounds like a sound chamber in here. So the union's connected. I've got the rope and the wire right there, so when we get ready to put the extension on, I'll run that up through the lid. And that way I'll be able to grab the wire and what have you. But that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. I was just worried about drilling into this tank because I didn't want to buy another one. Here's the 24-inch riser, and what I'm getting ready to do is drill the hole in right here, and this is called an LB right here, and this is going to go in and go down along the tank for my wire. And I'm going to have that down 2 feet underground, and then I bought direct bury wire, and then it'll run along the ditch to the tiny house and up into my power panel. The tank installer showed up, and we put the riser on, and you can see the electrical sticking out the side, and once they get this pipe hooked up, they'll backfill it with dirt. Then we'll run the electrical conduit down about 2 feet underground. So much closer. He's getting ready to, well, he's actually done it, dug out some more to clean it out. Kelly's down in the pit. They just stuck the hydrant in, put some rocks around it, and it will open and close and be under the floor. So that's awesome. He had to go in and dig out about 6 more inches that I couldn't do. Ought to be young. To backfill the pipe, the hydrant's in. Tyler's in there holding the pipe so it stays straight up and down. And I should probably get out of the way so I don't get hit with the bucket of the excavator. Tyler's setting up the tee, getting that ready. He'll cut those pieces of pipe right there. We'll be darn near set up. Well, other than the wire. Tee is all set up. All right, it's all tucked in, insulated. I think we're going to be doing very well. The wire's all in. The main line wire from the bunkhouse to the tiny house is in. They're getting it all backfilled. Making short work of it. Very cool. All right, everything is buried and he's trying to slick it out with the excavator. And I'm going to leave it a pile of dirt and allow everything to settle. And then probably next year I'll take that pile of dirt and compact around the lid again. But he is really good with that excavator. They're slicking it all out right now. They're going to leave that a little bit sunk in there and leave me a pile of dirt. Darn near done. Guys just finished up. They slicked it out pretty good. I think I'm still going to borrow my neighbor's skid steer and just do a little tiny bit more. But tomorrow I will be wiring up the tank from inside the tank and to the house. I'll be wiring that up. And then I've got that 275 gallon tote right there. I'll put in the back of my truck and probably fill it up with 200 gallons. Do that twice and start out with 400 gallons and see how it works. But they did a good job right here around the tank because it's on a side hill. They built a little berm around it so it'll dam the water and get the water, so if it does rain and comes off the hill, it'll go past the tank and less likely to flood the tank. So that's the part I want to slick out a little bit more with the skid steer. But other than that, the guys that did the dirt work did a great job. It's TL Dirt Works here in the middle of nowhere, Montana, and it's a shout out to those guys. And I want to thank them. But anyways, this is the end of this video right here. And I'll probably video some more stuff because my next project is taking that back wall off right there, or that side wall, start building a floor and get the bathroom going. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.